Hey guys, it's me Nosy.
Triple Fire Stop.
Here, actually, well, this is actually a video response to the recent video that Sami uploaded earlier on today. I only just checked it out now, and it's kind of elaborating on mainly his last video where he was basically responding mainly to my video and other people's thoughts on the whole, the discussion of the circumstances with like the UK being frigged over and stuff like that, with Hasbro not bringing decent products. Now, with this video was actually his first actual he's actually done himself, mainly his own discussion video, saying solving Hasbro's current problem, and he said something pretty interesting in there where apparently Hasbro's current issue at the moment is mainly down to oil. And the specific type of oil they're currently using to make the more better figures, the more harder plastic, because oil is used to make plastics, and the current oil that they're technically using is running out quite fast. It's significantly gone completely out the window, and plus the whole thing with oil, like petrol and diesel and stuff like that as well, that's also hurting the economy, and the prices are going up on that. And basically what he was mainly saying in that is that the whole issue with Hasbro is the reason why we're not getting, say, the most decent of figures at the moment, because they're having to go to they're having to use something else in order to to make the figures. And the plastic currently is this really crappy, what you think is going to break easy type of plastic. And so mainly his video was mainly to get people's ideas of what could happen in order to make things a bit more beneficial, to mainly help out, help the products that Hasbro are churning out to make them a lot better. So Samuel here actually wanted to get his ugly mug involved in this video, so he's in the back there's no importance really.
I am of great importance, you know that.
No, you're not. Your mum, you don't have to listen to your mother all the time, I know it's only your mother that's giving you all this, you are a nice person, you're a good boy, all that
Nice.
kind of thing, but in reality you're not.
We're not here to discuss about me. We're here to discuss about Hasbro and how they're screwing over the UK.
And also what Sammy just said.
And do what Sami just said indeed regarding the plastic quality.
So do you have any ideas of what could happen to make it a little bit better?
Well, nothing. In all honesty, nothing really comes to mind straight away. But I will admit that the way things are going with oil and the way it's being used quite quickly, and now there's a new technology that's been brought out in the last few months that's basically designed to dig deeper and find small pockets of oil deep underground and suck it up. The problem is, eventually oil is going to become scarce, and when that happens, there isn't going to be any more oil to make the plastic. As Sami was saying, use a different kind of oil to make a different kind of plastic, that is biodegradable and will break apart over time. I understand that actually hemp oil.
Hemp oil, yeah.
Now, I actually do understand what he says when he says you'll have parents outlaw about it, and you will. You know what the world's like these days. You'll have parents going, "Oh no, we can't give them to our children." No, but right now, as Sami touched it on the mark in his video. Hell, you go into the Toys R Us in Hull, and all you've got in there is Movieland. And it's primarily Dark of the Moon, and they have a small amount of the Prime series, but it's the RID line, and that's about it. And the way I look at it is the UK is just becoming like an isolated spot on the planet, and Hasbro just want to concentrate on America and certain parts of Europe. John here actually just mentioned to me that he was in France a few years ago, and they're probably about 2 to 3 years ahead of the UK when it comes to Transformers. So really, when you put it into
No, I won't say it was 3 years ahead. I'd say they're more like mainly in the waves. They're getting more or less the complete wave.
Well, I didn't mean as in years, but yeah, I know what you mean.
They're getting a lot more. Well, I don't know. I don't know at this moment in time. I don't know if France are also in the same predicament as us. But
like, if you lived in France as a Transformer fan, let us know.
And you can speak English.
Well, most people in France can.
Yeah, but still, you got to say that.
Well, if you speak English, live in France, and are a Transformers fan, give us a shout. Let us know what France is like with Transformers.
But I went to, I think it was Debugger. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is it Debugger? Debugger? I can't remember how you pronounce the place now. And it's this massive, ginormous shopping mall, shopping centre type thing. I'd never been there before, and it really took me by surprise. It was just ginormous. It sold everything. You know, games, toys, everything. So I thought, you know what, bugger it, I'll go and have a look around. I wasn't really thinking that there'd be anything there, because I wasn't actually going to buy anything toy-wise. I was merely just going for a bit of a break. So I went down all these aisles, and I came across some toys, and I thought, hey, I'll have a look. And it was literally to the roof, down, and it was just one ginormous, big, massive shelf full, and I mean full of Transformers. Now, this was back in the day of Dark of the Moon. Not Dark of the Moon, Revenge of the Fallen, sorry. So quite a few years ago, so say about 2009-10, I think it was the one I went. And they had Human Alliance. That's when I bought Human Alliance Sideswipe. Yeah. I know the whole movieverse, like Sami was saying, the whole movieverse was made like it is. It's mainly the excuse Hasbro were trying to go for in order to change things, change the way things were going, in the past, and have like a completely new route with the Transformers line. And unfortunately, that has not actually gone down in the right way. But yeah, like going back to my story, there was loads. There was activators. We have never had any activators whatsoever in Hull. We've had none. We've only had Cyberverse, and that's the only thing we've had.
I think we have had activators. I'm sure I've seen
we've
some.
had we haven't. They had like the whole wave. The whole wave.
Yeah.
I think we've just had the odd one.
I think we had the Scout ones.
Well, the were Scout class type, But yeah, we've had Cyberverse. We've had mainly just Scout figures for the movie lines. We've had the new Cyberverse Prime toys. They're currently in Hull. We've got Fuller Cybertron currently at the moment, and we've got some Dark of the Moon.
I think they're still selling Revenge of the Fallen stuff as well, aren't they?
I think some places still getting rid of the stock of that, but it's obviously just not working.
Well, even though they're selling it off at immensely cheap prices, or you're looking at like 75% off.
But the whole point of me mentioning about that with France is that it seems France, they seemed to get all the good stuff, and our problem in Hull, and we're in England, literally all that's thingy in us between is a channel of ocean. It's called the English Channel, and we're here. And France is literally just from Dover right across the channel. So I don't understand why France are having such a bit more of an easier time with this toy-larky. They're getting all, not just Transformers, they're getting good stuff in all the waves. I can't remember exactly what there was there, but they had shitloads of toys there in every wave. Not just Transformers, every wave. And it's the same with anime as well. I know this is nothing to do with anime-related stuff, it's to do with Hasbro and Transformers and stuff like that, but I have to mention this. Germany and France, they're also getting a lot more recognition and a lot more love from Japan when it comes to getting new products. They get premieres of certain anime movies and stuff like that in France and Germany.
I just weighed in on that subject.
But yeah,
got a little tidbit actually. What John just said about anime and manga in France, Germany. Interestingly, I came across a rather interesting thing today regarding that. There's an anime I've just started watching. It's called Freezing. I've really been enjoying it. I thought, right, I want to check out the manga. Now, obviously, found it on the internet, no problem. It's available on many different sites where you can read manga. But I thought, is it available book form? It is. But For some strange reason,
only German,
it's
French.
only been available in French and German. You
Yeah.
cannot get it in English. And that really surprised me because this particular manga has been going on since 2007 and it's never been released in the UK. It is available in English. No, it is available in English, but not in the UK.
So it's America only?
America only. You
Right.
cannot get it in the UK. So if you wanted to practically buy it, you would have in English. You would have to import it from America.
Well, this is the problem we're facing even with Transformers. It's not just the Transformers thing we're having a problem with. It's also down to distribution and of other products as well that that's having a problem. I mean, I know this had nothing to do with anime and manga, but that does seem to be the main problem at the moment. That the UK only has a snippet of what America has. So I think it's mainly down to the distribution, American distribution companies. It's their problem. Is that they seem to be like, I mean, look, Viz Media and Funimation and all those people, they're all North America, and they can only distribute to the North America region. That's the only legal certificate of distribution they have. Hence why we have Manga Entertainment and Kazi and that kind of distribution company that can bring it outside from North America and import it to the UK and elsewhere. Kazi is actually northern. I think it's
Don't forget Viz Media.
Yeah, but Viz Media.
Manga Entertainment and Viz Media are probably the two companies that distribute anime and manga within the UK.
Yeah.
Without them, we wouldn't get any.
That's manga, but everything anime-wise as well.
Well, Manga Entertainment would distribute anime as well.
And don't forget Yen Press as well, because
Yen Press, they do a lot, mainly manga.
But anyway, going away from that, but I just wanted to kind of elaborate. That's not just.
But it's a lot of franchises, and the UK seems to get singled out. And it only gets them if a company is willing to bring it over, and thankfully, it's starting to happen a lot more now with anime and manga, but not so much with Transformers.
Yeah, it is. For the last 3 years, the whole anime manga kind of thing has completely just gone out of the water. At one point, we were kind of mainly treated as a subgroup, mainly in anime. We weren't treated as a main fan base. But since we've had anime people coming over here, we've had manga creators, novelists and stuff like that coming over from Japan, and obviously reporting back to their production companies and saying,
the right thing.
Yeah, I mean,
we love you guys, we love anime, we love manga, bring it to the UK, please. Yeah. And we did.
Yeah, but the thing is, even Scotland, I mean, I don't understand that. Scotland are even getting a little bit more love than we are, and I know Scotland at the moment, they are technically their own.
Well, not yet. The
way things are going, their independence is now, they're their own people now, independently. So, but still, why the UK is still leaving us out? I mean, there's only London, which is the most closest place to us that do premieres of certain things, and
it's a long way to go.
Come on, people. I know America only know about London, and then I said America only know London as the main capital of England. They don't know any other little. I mean, not saying bring it to Hull, but bring it somewhere maybe to Manchester. I mean, Americans know where Manchester is. Not everybody, but Manchester is known in America. So Manchester's an hour and a half away on a train. Come on. So anyway, I will progress. But on what Sami said about mainly plastics, I think what should happen is Hasbro are far too up their arse. They will not take help even though they need it. They've probably not even thought about asking people for help, other Takara mainly. Now, I just actually, on Sami's video, it was Vigadef, he actually commented on Sami's video, and it was actually pretty interesting that he's saying that we're having a go at Hasbro, but we should also be having a go at Takara, in the same respect that Hasbro has the problem that they've got America, all of the states of America to compete with, and America's states, not everybody thinks the same in each state. So you need to produce something so that all people in America.
It needs to be universal.
Yeah, it needs to be a universal interest. And Japan seem to have it a little bit more easier because the Japanese, they're all about anything cute, anything colourful and bright and vibrant, anything of interest, anything that lets in your face. That's what Japan's about. Mainly their pop culture, anyway. Oh, yeah. So it's a lot easier to catch someone's interest with. Like, look at the PVs that have been going along for the Transformers Prime. Little figurine things that you have to buy, that you have to make yourself. Little like Gunpla little things that you get with like some of the Transformers Prime line from Takara. Like little models. I've forgotten what they call them now, but them little model things. Those things are all well and good. We don't really think they're that good. It's a good little addition, but we don't think it's very good because we're not all that bothered about gimmicks. We just want the toy. But Japan, it would go sky friggin' rocket because they love little intricate little things that have a little personality. They love that kind of thing. So the market for them, that's perfect market for them. Not so for us. But it just goes to show that it's easier to impress the Japanese in toys than it is the Americans. So, yeah, that's my point. But, yeah. But what I think about, like Sami said about hemp oil. Now, I don't know much about hemp oil. The first Sami actually finding it about through Sami's video. But apparently it could be an interesting idea using hemp oil for transforming products, like anything plastic-wise. Because, like he said, it would be a lot cheaper to construct these figures and, you know, mass-produce them. And it would also be a lot easier to use and the finished product would be a lot better in condition. And I don't know too much, but like hemp oil is an idea, and I think they should either consider using that. Even though, if you think about hemp oil, like he said, it's easily biodegradable, which means it'll degrade over time. That's the problem we're facing, people. I mean, do we really want to pay so much money for a toy, and maybe say 50 years down the line, it's just going to start going away? Because most plastics that are degradable usually last around 50 to 100 years. So we've only got about, well, we're not going to be around for 100 years, or hopefully, but, you know what I mean? If you think about it, it's going to be one of those things that's going to go after time. And it's not one of those things that, if you wanted to, we could pass down a generation. Because a lot of collectors pass down their hobby to, say, the son or daughter, and they carry it on. And you can't do that with degradable plastic products. Well,
you could, because it's not like it's going to degrade in a year. I mean, degradable.
But I'm on about the whole lifetime kind of thing. Because if you pass it down, that your son or daughter would take it on, and then if their son or daughter wanted it, so generation.
If you took care of them, you'd have to essentially keep them somewhere that was.
Not damp or really hot.
Plastics that do degrade. It just means that over time they will degrade, but still, I think it takes at least 100 years, or maybe more for something like that. I mean, these ones, you could leave them in this room for 1,000 years, come back, everything in this room would probably be
You might get a bit of yellow. You might get a bit of yellowing on any white figures.
Yeah, but apart from that, they'd all be fine.
But yeah, and also what else was I kind of talking about and kind of went off about what Sami said. Not just the oil.
Prices.
Yeah, there was
prices. The fact that a figure that he was saying that he bought a figure which was worth £10 and he paid almost 20 quid for it.
Yeah. Apparently Jared, actually, this is also Jared. He also bought for the same price, $17.99. He bought Generations Wallace Arbitron Jazz, and I watched his video and it was very amusing. You should check it out. It's funny. He literally started it off with putting the figure in a bin. Because he was like, hey guys, this is my review of Fuller Cybertron, Jazz, threw it in a bin. So that's it, I'm over. But then obviously he did the video properly, but when that video he mainly said, hey, what everybody else is saying, plastic condition, awful. The whole look and aesthetic look of the figure is shit. apparently the only good thing for the figure, he thought that went for it, is the alt mode. And it is true, the alt mode does look okay. But when you get it into the robot mode, bits don't seem to go in as they should go in. And it's really, well, yeah, I don't really like Jazz. I mean, I love Jazz as a character, but that figure's crap. And, yeah, but it's universal the same. Everybody's feeling it. All people are feeling this problem that the plastic condition is getting worse. But this is the main problem, like Sammy's just brought to our attention, is mainly down to oil. And that was it. That was it. That I forgot to kind of elaborate on. Mainly down to what I think, what should happen when I said about Hasbro being really up their own arses. And I think what they should do is I think they should try and get more help in respects. I mean, they're too proud to do this. And I think what they should do is they should try and enlist some sort of help with Takara. Because don't forget, like Sami said, this could be very hard because don't forget it's two markets. You know, the management. You know, you got the Japanese. Takara Tomy is Japanese or in Japan, and then Hasbro is America. So you've got two managements and two different running systems there. But they are in an agreement to use, well, Japan, it is their product. And Hasbro have kind of adopted it for the American audience, or American custom. So really, they have an agreement in that respect of that kind of respect. But I think what they should do is they should kind of unite their skills. Those areas that Takara could help in, mainly down to product condition, plastic condition, design, they could help down that respect. They could give them more support. Because they have an agreement, so why can't they elaborate more on that agreement with each other? That's all I can say. If Hasbro and Takara as well can get their asses in gear, get their fingers out their asses and help each other to make a global successful toy line, which it is, and try and make that happen again. Try to kickstart the toy line and make good products that everybody will enjoy all over the world. Not just America and Japan, all over the world. And bring the prices down a bit. More like, I mean, I don't mind paying maybe £13 for a figure, but I'm not paying friggin' 18 quid for a figure.
Well, I don't think anyone wants to pay 20 odd quid for a figure that is about that big.
Yeah.
That's a £10 deal, not £20 deal.
Well, that's a little bit too small, mate. I won't even pay 10 quid for that.
Well, you can't really tell by using fingers, but you know what I mean. You don't be paying 20 quid for a £10 figure. You want to be paying no more than £12.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would like to put it in a simple fact. About 2 years ago, I bought a figure. And I think it cost...
We're to try and wrap this up as possible.
It cost about £15-16.
Yeah.
The plastic quality was just crap. It was that bad. You could literally hear it creaking, cracking as you move the joints, and you could feel it by how you didn't feel right.
Yeah.
I just felt like, I spent like 15 quid on this, and it's very poor quality. And it's practically stayed in storage for the last 2 years, and I'm actually thinking of giving it to charity or something because it's crap.
Well, that's nice. If it's a Sunpod swat. Oh, look, a figure that I've been after for ages.
Well, if they've been after that for ages...
And it breaks in the hand.
What's it got to do with me? It breaks in the hand.
Because you've given it to a poor...
We always do put a note on it, the box saying, beware,
everybody
shit
points
plastic.
and boo at him. Point and boo at him is evil.
Evil? I'll put a note on, beware, shit plastic, number 8. Anyway, come on, we should wrap this up.
Yeah, well,
25 minutes of it.
Yes, this is the problem with him. I'm more to the point, and when he's here...
We haven't been on the point.
No, we haven't. We kind of been off the point a little bit. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been our response to Sami. Very long response, very sorry. But anyway, yeah. I think what we need to see more happen with Hasbro is to try and work more alongside Takara a little bit more intricately on the areas that they find a little bit of a problem. Not the whole shebang. I mean, Hasbro do make some good products at times. Give them the due. They do make some bloody good products once in a blue moon. But Takara nail it just about every line. So I think they need some sort of backing help from Hasbro and Takara, and I think they need to get their asses in gear and help each other out. And also try for Hasbro's problems, predicament with the oil production and mainly oil to make the plastics. They need to try and come up with some sort of a plan, or try and find some sort of plastic that would be not as cost effective, a cost problem, you know, a bit more cheaper and easier to work with. And you know, to be honest, look, this is Starscream from the Prime Line. I mean, obviously, Sami doesn't exactly like the Prime Line, really, because you don't really see much in it. But the plastic on this, it could be better, but it's not that bad. This is actually one of the best out of the Prime Line, in my opinion.
I believe many people have compared Prime Starscream to General Grievous of Star Wars.
Yeah, I have, because he looks the same. Look at that. But anyway, we will finish now. Thank you very much for your patience of watching such a long video. But yeah, we just had to elaborate it on other things outside of Hasbro, mainly with the anime problem and manga as well. Distribution issues we're having, which are improving over time. Yeah, but anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we shall get going now.
Yes, that guys.
And see you later. Goodbye.